What's up, family? We have a Dumbass of the Year report for you today, as an officer had to resign after locking himself in the back of his car with a female suspect. Not his girlfriend, not someone he knew. I don't think he knew her anyway, but we'll find out together. But yeah, locked himself in the back of his car and had to call another officer to come let him out. Hmm, that was an awkward situation. Anyway, so before we get started, as always, kick that like button, punch that subscribe button, flick that ding notification bell, so you can stay up to date on all my latest content. And oh yeah, if you're on TikTok, this video goes a little too long, jump over to YouTube, catch the full content there. And if you want to know about the worst of the worst of the worst cops, judges, officials doing the most heinous things to people, click on my Patreon, linked in my YouTube, $5 a month, members only, not safe for life news. And when I say not safe for life, I mean seriously. Read, what's that called? Man, there's a phrase I was looking for. I can't think of it. If it'll hit me, it's on the tip of my tongue. But you know what I mean. Parental advisory, definitely parental advisory for those stories. I wouldn't let your kids listen to those. They'll probably give them nightmares, and they might even give you nightmares, honestly. But they're definitely gonna make you mad. You gotta have a strong mind, strong stomach. But that's why they're on Patreon, $5 a month, members only. And with that being said, thank you for being here, and let's get into this little juicy nugget, shall we? Are you single? Oh, this report was done by Fox 11 Los Angeles. Quote: Are you single? California cop resigns after locking himself in the back seat of his car with a female detainee. San Diego, California. An officer with the San Diego Police Department resigned after being found in the back seat of his patrol car with a female suspect. On August 14th, 2023, Officer Anthony Hare arrested a woman on a bench warrant. Anthony Hare arrested a woman on a bench warrant around 1:10 a.m. on August 15th. Officer Hare transported the woman from Northern Division's substation to Las Colinas detention facility for jail booking. According to an internal document, Hare arrived at Las Colinas at 1:33 a.m. At 1:44 a.m., he requested another officer meet him at the detention facility. Hare allegedly texted the other officer telling him to, quote, come to his location as fast as he could and he would explain the situation later, the document detailed. So, okay, I thought this cop pulled over somewhere, but he actually he was in a jail parking lot. Come on, bro. Dumbass of the year, bro. You guys, dumbass of the year, straight up. He would explain the situation later, the document detailed. Hare also requested a spare patrol vehicle key. At 2:37 a.m., the officer arrived at Hare's location and opened the back passenger side door. Hare came out running from the vehicle. Running from the vehicle. According to the second officer, who was not named in the document, Hare explained that he was checking his prisoner's pulse during a medical emergency, and the door accidentally shut, locking him in the back seat with the female detainee. The document stated that Hare opened the door opposite of where she was sitting and climbed into the back seat. Hare said he planned to use his foot to keep the door open, but it accidentally shut. When asked if he had his body worn camera, Hare said he turned off the camera when he arrived at his location and placed it in the front seat of the patrol vehicle. During an interview, the suspect denied any allegations of misconduct by former Officer Hare. She was then deemed medically unfit for jail for jail booking and transported to a local hospital for treatment. The next day, two detectives interviewed Hare, where he stated there were no sexual or personal conversations between him and the suspect. During the interview, he also told detectives he turned off his body worn camera. Quote, "It's a habit that every time I am about to reach my destination, I radio I am on scene. I always do that," the document quoted Hare as saying. "I tried to activate my camera when I was inside already. That was when I realized I did not have it on." He also told detectives that the camera's magnet mount remained on his uniform, but the camera had fallen off. He explained that he exited the vehicle so quickly that the camera hit the steering wheel, causing it to pop off his uniform. During the interview, Hare also said he didn't call paramedics because the woman woke up and denied the request. He said he thought the woman was overdosing and she was not responding to his calls, so he, quote, "got all the way into the back cabin to try to pull her into the upright seated position." Following the interview, Hare demonstrated his actions on video. He also provided his police uniforms and signed consent to search his truck and police locker. Alright, now I've seen the other officer's body camera and I'm pretty sure there's I'm yeah, I'm sure. I've seen the camera footage where he's talking to the woman in the back. She wasn't overdosing. She was seducing or trying to, and he took the bait, and he locked himself in the car. I'm pretty sure it's about to come out in this report, but yeah. So just so you're not confused, he makes it sound real innocent, but nah, there was there was definite intent, you know what I mean, and coercion in this whole deal. On August 17th, the detective asked Hare for his department issued body worn camera's magnet mount. Hare later advised the detective that he had retained an attorney. Following an inspection of the magnet count and of the magnet count and count must be mount of the magnet mount and camera, it was determined that both the mount magnets and connection clasp were functional and not damaged or defective. Investigators also said the body worn magnet mount possessed a very strong and secure locked position and would not fall off or become dislodged in any manner. Basically saying he had to have taken it off. Investigators combed through the video footage recorded by Hare and shared a few of their interactions. Here we go. At the 38:13 mark, Hare entered the driver's seat of the patrol vehicle. At 38:21 mark, suspect asked Hare, "Are you married?" Officer Hare responded, "Why are you asking that? Why are you asking that?" Suspect's response was unintelligible. Means they couldn't really hear or understand what she said. Hare then stated, "What do you mean? I'm cool to you." Suspect then said, "You're not too bad." He's like, "What do you mean? I'm cool to you?" She then said, "You're not too bad." Bro, she was, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to like body shame. I mean, she wasn't like a fat girl, but she looked a little busted, bro. Like, y'all have to see this girl. She wasn't like some yoga instructor or like some girl that was jogging. She looked like she was, you know what I mean? Just, she looked like she was you know what I mean, on a good one and busted. You know, like that kind of busted. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, to risk your job for that, I don't know, bro. At the 39:36 mark, Harris started driving the patrol vehicle. At the 46:53 mark, a loud noise was heard. Hare asked suspect, "What was that?" Suspect responded, "Oh, that was the seatbelt. I'm laying down." At the 47:08 mark, Hare asked suspect, "What you trying to do?" Suspect did not respond to the question. Hare asked twice, "Did you unbuckle yourself?" Suspect responded, "I'm sorry, I can't hear you." Hare asked, "I said, did you take your seatbelt off?" Suspect started moaning in an eschral manner for the next 10 seconds. At the 47:30 mark, suspect moaned again and said, "Yeah, baby." Suspect continued to moan in an eschral manner once more. At the 47:56 mark, suspect giggled and stated something unintelligible. Hare then stated, "I'm not the mean one." At the 48:14 mark, Hare asked if she had an identification. She told him she had lost it. At the 49:05 mark, the patrol vehicle arrived at the entry gate of the headquarters, and Hare ended the BWC recording, the body-worn camera recording. Another video recording was released. This recording occurred as Hare exited the gates of Northern Division's substation. Yeah, they're gonna have cameras all around the police station also, you know what I mean? Like, what? At the 5:22 mark, suspect asked Hare, "Are you single?" Hare responded, "Yeah." A moment later, Hare stated, "But you're not." As Hare made his statement, he put his right palm up and made another statement. The two then spoke for another 2 minutes, but it was difficult to understand, the document noted. So he's trying to cover his mouth and his voice. This fool, he knew he was being filmed. At the 7:16 mark, Hare stated, "I'll tell you after. Hold on." At the 9:15 mark, Hare stated, "A little bit." At the 9:19 mark, Hare stated, "I can hear you now." At the 9:24 mark, it sounded as if suspect stated, "I'm down to F." Hare responded, "Don't say that right now." Hare then stated, "No, I said don't say that right now because everything's being recorded right now." At the 10:08 mark, Hare asked suspect, "You know that Las Colinas is in Santee, right? Is in Santee, right?" Hare and suspect remained silent for the next several minutes. At the 15:04 mark, Hare asked, "Are you still up?" It did not sound like suspect verbally responded to the question. Hare kept asking her, "Are you doing good back there?" And "What's going on?" But the woman did not respond. At 24:51 mark, Hare made a right-hand turn at a traffic signal. He turned off the BWC, his body-worn camera recording, for the second time. On September 14th, Officer Hare resigned from the department. So he turned off the camera for the second time, and that's when, not long later, he was texting, a fellow officer to come open his back door. So it sounds like when they got quiet and she stopped responding, it sounds like he kind of coached her, like, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do. This is how I can pull this off." You know what I mean? That's why he was like, "Don't say that right now. Everything's being recorded." And then instead, he put his hand up. They were talking. You know what I mean? But they were quiet. Couldn't really tell what they were saying. He was probably coaching her. "Just be quiet. And when I start asking if you're okay, what's going on back there? Are you all right? Are you still up? That gives me a reason then to come out of the vehicle, to come check on you." And he was so focused on his that he forgot all about, that back door locks from the inside and you can't, or from the outside, and you can't get out once you're in. You're in a cage. And he too busy thinking about one thing and forgot about everything else. You know what I mean? That's why we give him the Dumbass of the Year plaque, because, man, I mean, most of them aren't that bright anyway, but this one was especially idioso. Hey, awesome. That's just funny though. Uh, but hopefully he's still abusing his power. Hopefully he gets more than just, a resignation. You know what I mean? He gets to just quit his job and go work somewhere else. Because when they resign, he can go to another department because he hasn't been fired and his badge hasn't been stripped and he hasn't lost his rights to, carry a gun or, you know what I mean, to hold that badge. So and it happens all the time. No, I'm not kidding you. I have a few stories where cops have bounced from precinct to precinct until they finally get busted for something too like 2 grand to escape from, and then all their history comes out. Like, oh man, this guy had multiple reports in this precinct, multiple write-ups in this precinct, and finally because he did something you know really extraordinary. Now he's being investigated. Now they're finding out why did this cop bounce around or have the opportunity. Same thing right here. He resigns. They'll let since he resigned, and it's not. I'm sure they're not going to see it as that big of a deal unless social media pushes it enough and makes it a big enough deal. So share this honestly. Share this because if social media can make this a big enough deal and we can really talk about it and get it out there, get it exposed, they'll be forced to act because it'll make them look really bad if they don't do something. Because what he did is illegal. It's straight up illegal what he did. All right. On September 14th, Officer Hare resigned from the department. Hare said he was not willing to participate in the subject officer interview, which was scheduled for the next day. Following Hare's resignation announcement, the San Diego Police Department released the following statement. Quote, the San Diego Police Department takes all allegations and acts of misconduct seriously. This incident was investigated by the department's Professional Standards Unit, PSU, to the fullest extent. The individual is no longer employed with the San Diego Police Department. And that's it. No charges filed, nothing. And you see how they put that? Oh, we investigated. We take this very seriously, and he is no longer with the police department. It makes you think they fired him. In their statement, if you didn't know the report, you would think, oh, okay, so they fired him. Okay, well, I get that. So at least now it's on his permanent record. Nah, nope, not even. He resigned, and you all know how you do it on your next application. Why did you leave your last job? Personal differences. That's all you gotta put. You ever leave it like quit a place? Even when you get fired half the time, because half the time they don't call, the other precinct or they don't call the other job. Half the time they don't, those people don't, a new job won't fully look into all your other companies. So if you get fired, or especially if you quit, on your next application, when they ask why you left, you just put personal differences and you give up the most, what's it called? Like you give them the most limited information necessary to make yourself not look bad. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, me and the captain didn't see eye to eye on a subject to do with a detainee of mine that I had to deal with. You know what I mean? So I felt it best if I just left. Right there. It's not quite lying. Me and the captain didn't see eye to eye on a detainee that I had in the back of my patrol car. Oh, okay. So so you, like, what is it? And then you can explain whatever you want, but you can say that little bit, and most of the time, something like that'll get you through. You know what I mean? So yeah. In case y'all didn't know that, yeah. If you ever need to put that on an application, that's all you need to put. You know what I mean? Either left for personal reasons, but usually it's what did I say a second ago? A couple times. Uh, uh, basically didn't see eye to eye. He left for, you know, yeah, personal reasons, something like that. I forget. I said it a minute ago. Anyway, you can skip back and see what I said. Anyway, but yeah, so they didn't fire him. He resigned. No charges filed. Uh, just doing this stuff while on duty, using that badge for power. You know what I mean? Um, God dang, man. This world, I swear to God. Anyhow, hey, if y'all made it, you made it to the end with me. Thank you so much for being here. I really am humbled for all of you that stuck around. I really, really do appreciate it. I love each and every one of you. I hope you're having a blessed day. I hope y'all are doing wonderful out there. If you're having any troubles, any problems, you need someone to talk to, leave it in the comments, or shoot me a message on the side, and I'll respond. I definitely will. I'll talk with you, man. I know what it's like to be going through things. Uh, Believe me, like I really do. So if you need someone to talk to, don't hesitate. Or reach out to somebody. Other than that, I really do hope you're having a blessed day, having a wonderful life. And man, it's still summertime, so get out there, get some sun, have some fun. And as we always say, y'all, stay healthy, stay free, and until the next time, stay wild.